Hello walkers, and welcome to Sage Lodge. It is early February, about 10:35 a.m., sorry. And we are in a winter storm watch here, or weather. We are in Paradise Valley. It's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, about -1 Celsius. And we're gonna just sort of tour the property a little bit. We are lucky enough to be staying at one of these ranch houses, which are effectively I'll give you a look here, 6-bedroom cabins. I wouldn't call it a cabin. And they're huge and they're awesome. They are amazing. This is a thing Melinda Treadmill lined up. We'll go over here and look at the hot tub. And we are not sponsored. This is not sponsored. It's just we're here, and I thought I'd give you guys a sort of a tour of the property. We are about halfway down Paradise Valley, outside of a little town called Prey or Emigrant. Here is the hot tub. There's another one over by the lodge, a couple by the lodge, and you can see the snowy hills out there and some hay fields and their lake, which you can fish in the summer. And the manager was saying, or the guy we were talking to said, it doesn't really freeze up in winter, so you can't skate on it, but it's still pretty fun. And it's beautiful. The snow is amazing. The downside of it, of course, is that we can't see the amazing mountains, which are just over that hill. And we're near Chico as well. Sage Lodge is affiliated with the Sage Rod Company, so it's sort of a fly fishing focus. In fact, they're expanding this summer to do some glamping down by the river, which will be fly fishing focused. But they also have absolutely amazing food. I had this kimchi rice beef bowl last night, and it was outstanding. This is pretty much kind of a luxury place. They've got a fireside restaurant, and I think we'll go inside the lodge briefly. They also have a full-on restaurant and event space that is not open right now. However, it will be open starting in May. So that'll be cool. They've booked up a lot of these things already for the summer. So if you want to come through here, now would be a good time to book. We did axe throwing as an activity last night. They have fly tying, this sort of artistic wood burning where you kind of engrave the wood. Looked cool. They've got this mud room with like bikes and fishing rods and inner tubes if you want to go sledding, and snowshoes, and they'll line up all sorts of local activities for you if you want to go for a guided trip, like maybe go watch wolves, or in the summer fly fishing on the river, Yellowstone River, or anything like that. So my name's Henry. I will be your proxy walker, your virtual travel guide, as I like to say. And I want to thank you guys for joining me. Please like this video if you like the video, and by giving us a little thumbs up there. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, would be a big help. And what I like to say is I really love getting your comments about the connection you guys have to these places, or stories, or even feedback, positive or negative, is always appreciated to know what you guys like, what you are enjoying. And then also what I could do better. I've got some feedback recently about panning. I've been trying to make my pan slower so that you guys can get a good view of these places. And someone recommended talking about the smells to give a better sense of place. And in Montana, a lot of the smells are just having clean air. I thought that was a great idea. Up here you've got, obviously you've got the place where the pond where you can fish. They'll have ducks and geese out here sometimes. And then up here they've got these fire pits. They're gas fire pits, and you can sit out. We sat out here last night, and they gave us a little package of s'mores, a s'more kit, and we made s'mores, which was awesome. And then you can see, we'll go over here to where, wow, that music's really loud. We'll go over here to where we were throwing the axes, and Leah came out and showed us how to do it. And unfortunately, one of our sons has a busted arm, his right arm, so we were not very good about it, about getting the knives or the axes, little hatchets to stick. They've got this outdoor seating with these heaters, radiant heaters up top, which are super cool. We've got an outdoor fireplace. And here's the axe throwing targets. You can see a lot of people have been getting things to stick there. Not so much us, but that's all right. It was fun anyway. And then over here, I'm not gonna go too close because it's a spa area, and I don't wanna be invading anybody's privacy. There's also another hot tub out there. But just look at this awesome, awesome landscape, and we're gonna see that a little bit later. They have this big 4-mile loop, and I'm not gonna do a whole loop, but we are gonna go out into that landscape and see what that's like. There's the trees in the background. There's an artist here locally who just recently passed away, and Russ Chatham is his name. And he did these paintings, and they're known for being this sort of soft, snowy landscape, sort of hazy, misty, dreamlike. They're really cool. And this reminds me so much of that. Now, as we go in, I gotta put on my mask. Hopefully I brought it. But we also, the lens may fog up since it's cold outside. Pardon me as I do this. Cold outside and warm inside sometimes leads the lens to fog up, and I may pause to make that pass. Here we go. Now, they're going to have music in here as well, sounds like, so I may have to drop out the audio briefly to cover that up. But I just wanted to show you guys this amazing lodge experience here. Just absolutely large. Got this fire where they've got a fire going all winter and parts of the summer whenever it's cool enough for it. You see that? A big giant fireplace that's about 3 or 4 feet tall. And then I'm gonna try and show this without showing any of the diners because they don't want to. But this is the fireside room where you get great food. Good cocktails as well. And then over in those rooms, there's some kids doing their homeschooling or their remote schooling right now. So I'm not going to show that too much, but it's a little library where you can go read or do some work. And then we've got these tables, of course, out here for games and that sort of thing. All sorts of activities listed there. And then we've got some seating areas. You can have a cocktail or a drink or have some food put out here. Some games for the kids. And I'm going to show you this view again from inside where we've got these fire pits. And they keep it pretty well cleared. And if you want, they'll light it up for you. And you can go enjoy the outside. They also have several little other areas, like there's a relaxing area up high, and if we were to go down this hallway, about halfway down is another little den area. Hi there. And they've got somebody to help the door with you. They got this great gift shop over here with tons of great outdoor gear and sort of things to take with you. I love this national parks poster that you can scratch away the parks you've been to. Lots of Stanley thermoses, some perfumery type stuff, scented candles and oils, and these cool leather bags. Excuse me. And then you've got a ton of great artwork. Some is fly fishing oriented, And some is by this teenage gal over her Avery Iris Artist. She's over in Bozeman, and you want to contact her. There's her contact information. And another guy, Lloyd Miller, does these flies, which are super cool. And we will go back outside now that we've shown this to you. I'm going to go up top real quick to show you an aerial view. This is a cool place to come, even if you're not staying here, to come down for a cocktail, to come for dinner. And they do activities, you know, pre-pandemic. They had a Yeti hunt and all sorts of other summer activities that you can come and take part in. And great chandeliers. Here's the sort of relaxation area. They do have TVs, which I'm not super fond of, but that's all right. And cool. So now we're gonna go back out and walk over to the primary restaurant. The fireside is more of a typically a bar and grill, which they've adjusted to. Hi there.
Hello, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Which they've adjusted to be more of a restaurant, given the situation. We've got this great artwork out here, several of these metal sculptures, which I think are super cool. This guy's an elk, they've got a mountain lion, and I thought they had another one out here. Anyway, very creative, very cool. Let's see if I can go over here without getting run over. Should be okay. The temperature isn't too bad. The wind's a little bit of a breeze blowing the snow around, but I'm not even wearing gloves at the moment. I guess I can take off my mask. They're really good about keeping these pathways clear as well. And you can see these LED style lighting along to mark the path. I'm gonna duck over this way actually, because I want to show you the outside of this place at least. The restaurant apparently is closed right now because of staffing shortages. Places around here have had a real problem or challenge this year getting enough staff, but I've been told that they have got everything lined up to open up in May, and they'll be open all summer. So, and I believe they'll put tables out here, possibly, so that maybe this is where they have, what do you call it? It's the spa and maybe meeting rooms and stuff, but definitely have a big event space. You can see this is kind of a barn-shaped structure. This awesome outdoor / indoor fireplace. Looks like it has an indoor side as well. And it's so well landscaped. I hate to walk on the grass, but I think it looks like it's mowed in a way that is kind of the intention. And I'm not going to go inside here. I will peek in there. Little lounging area, and then to the right is the main barn, sorry. Here's some kitchen facilities. And then we'll loop around and I'll kind of show you where the restaurant side is. And I think this might be a wolf or a bear, that art sculpture. And unfortunately, I hate to say unfortunately because it's such a beautiful day out, but there is a fantastic view from here. This is I'm going to say that's a bear. Yeah, pretty sure, given the hump back. I'm going to do a slow pan, but you can see this is the restaurant side. Oh, you can smell they're cooking something. It smells delicious. And there's the main event space. That gentleman's going in. And we'll just sort of walk around the front here. What is that? That's like a meat. Something's cooking up on a grill. look at this view, okay? This is, oh, so nice out here. That's the Yellowstone River, and just look how soft it is with that falling snow. Beyond that is the west side of the valley in the Gallatin Range. Drier, lower hills, a little less steep and jagged, until you get back in there and have to hike it, and then it gets pretty rugged pretty quick. Apparently they're gonna set up some glamping down in there, and we're as a family are gonna go walk down around and explore down there in a little while. But you've also got this amazing restaurant. You can see my reflection there. I'm gonna cheat a little bit to hide. You got a great bar, and I'm gonna see if I can peek in through the windows to show you what the inside looks like. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You can get an idea. It's really cool in there. It's nice, wonderful food. I've only eaten there once, but it was good. And of course, in the summer, you can, I'm assuming, eat outside. I'll spin around here slowly, and you can see some of the tables they've set up. And it looks like there's even more platform out there. Might be, no, I think the sun kind of goes down over there, so it might not be too hot in here, and they maybe cover up a little bit. The sun could be kind of rough in the afternoon there. And then, of course, you've got more seating back in here, and outdoor seating. One of the things I like about how they've done this place is, let's see if I can give you a little, looks like they've just got using this as sort of workspace at the moment. One of the things I like about the design of this building and lodge complex is the fact that from the road, you don't really even notice it. I mean, it's visible, but it does a pretty good job of blending in with the environment. And I think that's really cool. They don't just have some big eyesore. When they designed it, they designed that with that in mind, obviously. And I appreciate that as someone who drives down that road quite often and has seen some private homes go up that are, I would say, eyesores. Sorry. But that's my personal opinion, obviously. And so it's nice to have a place and business that respects the value of the view shed, is what I believe that's called. And, you know, they could have gone with a big, fancy, ornate, gaudy place, but they didn't, and I think that's awesome. Responsible citizens. So we are going to make our way back and do sort of a walk around the pond, maybe out into the hillside a little bit, get some snowy, lovely views. And we are psyched to have the snow because we haven't had a lot of snow. I've mentioned in a couple of my recent videos in Ennis and Virginia City, which check those out if you haven't, that we haven't had a lot of snow, and it's been a really warm winter so far, so we are excited to have the storm come through. Livingston's expecting an accumulation of 6 to 10 inches, which we're excited about, and of course the local ski hills and local ski trails are going to be much improved with this little front that's coming through, and hopefully it'll really load up the mountains. Little education for those who aren't aware, the snow acts as our water storage system here and anywhere in the Alpine West. So it builds up, and then it slowly melts over the spring and summer, because in July the rain pretty much stops. The occasional thunderstorm you might get, but it's dry until October. And we need that to keep our forests from burning up. And we would very much like to keep our forests. So just reading a book called The Big Burn, talking about a massive forest fire in 1910. And I would like to avoid having another one of those locally or regionally. The smoke last summer was horrible. It's terrible for your lungs, and it can actually do lasting damage. Just that ambient forest service, forest fire smoke, sorry. Justin, I think it's Robinson, was telling us, who works here, was telling us that they have the property that goes all the way out a couple miles or so. And they have no intention of developing or building out here. So it's open space for you to come and enjoy. I mentioned activities they do in the summer. He was saying that they have a stage that they put out, and they have live music all summer outside. So you can come out, grab a beer, grab some food. They have a grill they set up, and listen to some live music. Another great venue for live music, a little further north, is Pine Creek Lodge, which is not anywhere near a lodge, but it's pretty cool, and it's a great little venue. They have small, really good, but small name bands that come up, and the only downside really is the parking is very limited. Pardon me. And so anyway, that's cool. And I just want to say how much I love the snow and these colors, right? So the snow is very white, obviously, and the gravel's gray, but then you've got this yellow khaki grass that just really pops in this kind of weather. And then you can we'll look back at the lodge again. You see some of the buildings, and then they've got those four, they call them little ranch houses. I can't tell you how impressive those houses are. I may, depending on where we end up, I will maybe take you into one of them, the one we're staying in. If not, you can check out Traveling Mel MT, or just look up Traveling Mel on Instagram, as well as Traveling Filmmaker on Instagram, and maybe even citywalks_virtual travel on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Although I don't post a lot on those. I post maybe once a week. I'd rather spend my time on the YouTube stuff and getting these videos out to you guys. So they have a trail system here, and they have little maps, but if we make a right, that would lead us back across, I think it's East River Road, and down into that river preserve area. And if we go left, obviously, I'll show you, we can go to the ranch trail, and you can see the river down there. See a couple crows fighting in the distance. You'll see bald eagles down there quite often. And hopefully I'll be able to find a trail that loops us back around. It does loop, I just don't want to do the full 4 miles this morning. Last night, as we were roasting our marshmallows, we could hear coyotes in the distance yipping. And of course, we're only, I'd say 30 miles from Yellowstone National Park. And I was looking on Instagram today, excuse me, I think it's called Yellowstone Wolf Watcher, or Wolf Watchers. They had some video on Instagram of large pack of wolves hunting bison, which was super cool to see. Not so much for the bison, of course, but it was really interesting. I got a complaint, excuse me, recently about me clearing my throat and sniffling, and I have my very first video, I think that was one of the first comments I got, to carry a tissue, and I've tried to be good about that, but I can't tissue out my throat, and this kind of weather is a challenge to walk in terms of having that runny nose. So you can see this trail goes on. I'm going to take this little deer trail past this bluebird box that they put out. Super cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a mountain bluebird, but they are gorgeous. This one looks like it's could use a little repair, but it's cool that they have them out here. I'm assuming that's not the only one. You can see the big game fence around this hay. I meant to ask why they have this hay, because I don't think they have any livestock here. Perhaps they lease it out or sell it. But you can see this fence is about 8 feet tall, 7 or 8 feet tall. So elk and deer can't get over it, and keeps the hay safe. And it is illegal to feed wild animals in Montana. Not that they would be feeding, but if they just left their hay out here. You can smell the cut hay. It's pretty, it's got this sweet smell to it as we walk past these bales. Maybe there's a little bit of decay to them. Love this tall grass with these seed heads. I'm going to give you a quick look at that. I don't know if it's going to focus on it or not. I took a class when I first moved out to Montana about Rocky Mountain ecology, and we learned a lot about the grasses and the trees and that sort of thing, as well as the animal life. And I think this was called like agropyron something I. See this pivot sprinkler. It's kind of an interesting engineering that will automatically just go in a big circle all the way around. You can see the rows until it hits that other, where that hillside there, and then it'll turn around and go back. Kind of neat. We'll go walk here to the shorter grass. I love the view of those trees, just so soft and dreamlike. Pardon my heavy breathing here. I put the microphone close to my throat so I could zip my jacket up, and it's a little more sensitive than it would normally be, or at least it's picking up more of my huffing and puffing. We are at about between 4,500 and 5,000 feet. Let me look that up if I can. Take me a second to find it on my phone. The correct app. Okay, 1,500 meters, 1,520 meters. Let's see if I can get it to translate that to imperial. Imperial. Yep, about 5,000 feet. 4,990 is what the app is saying. They not this year, but 2 years ago, they had this Yeti hunt where they stuffed a Yeti costume full of cloth or something, and they hid it out here in the landscape, as well as a couple other things, balloons, and you sort of went out on the path and found these things and won prizes. And Anders, I think it was, got one of those sub prizes, and ended up doing I think it was like paint and pour, so it was like a painting class with a free drink that he and Melinda, Traveling Mel, went and did. He didn't get a beer, of course, but very cool. Looks like we are going to make it over to our ranch house accommodation, because there is one thing I didn't show you. I didn't show you the outdoor fireplace, which is cool. It's sort of it's a gas fireplace, but it has inside and outside little windows and vents, which is cool. Fun. I'm not sure what this thing is. This little archway. I don't see an obvious trail, but there is this cleared circle area. I think when there is more snow, you can get inner tubes and sled down this hill. There's a little 2-track there, and I think they've carved out a spot elsewhere further down. Not sure how they handle the fence though. The cabins are each named for a river. So there's Slough, River or Creek. There's Slough for Slough Creek, Lamar, Firehole, and Boulder. Which Slough Creek is in the park, the Lamar River is in the park, Firehole's in the park, but the Boulder River is north of the park, I believe. There's a couple different ones, but I don't think it's in the park, but maybe the upper reaches. No, that's not. That's impossible. Maybe there's a different one in the park. If you know, let me know in the YouTube comments below. If you're on the Roku channel, which is we're still trying to get the tech around that to be sorted so it has new uploads, but there are a lot of other ones, and you can watch older videos, and you can also on Roku or your smart TV go to the YouTube app and find our channel. I showed you the hot tub. You can see outside. I'll show you again here. They also have a grill outside. They have a loft. And Justin was telling us that they have had as many as like 20 people in these things. 16 super comfortably. There are 6 bedrooms, as well as I think some pull-out couches. So we're going to circle around back before we go in. But you can see a nice charboil grill. They have all the tools you need for grilling. They have separate entrances. I think they have for 4 of the rooms. A couple of the rooms are kind of suites, so they have 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. They each have little study areas, which I think have the pull-out couches. They have, you can see direct TV. They have Wi-Fi. They have keyless entry, so they have little cards that you wave in front of the deal. Alrighty. Ooh, good. I didn't use my external battery today, and we're already at 34% because of the temperature. You can see this outdoor fireplace all all these awesome big windows here. And we're gonna go in and I'm gonna get yelled at. Not yelled at, no. I'm gonna be sternly looked at because I'm not gonna take my shoes off. Here's traveling Mel, Mapper Anders. You can see the, oh, we got some little schmutz on there. And you can see a full kitchen here with refrigerator, sink, stove, even a dishwasher and a microwave. You can see these awesome big windows. I'm going to take you in and show you, we have a desk here, a couple of the different bathrooms. And this is Finn's room where he's been sleeping. And he's now reading, but you can see that's a little den area, and then there's a bedroom back there. I'm going to show you, I think, yeah, this awesome tub they have. And then they do have a shower back here, you can kind of see. And then we'll show you the bedroom where we slept last night, and they've got a shower bath there, king size bed, and then these great sliding barn doors, pardon me, and another bedroom back here. And you can see they have this separate entranceway here, you know, lots of closet space and hanging space and USB ports and all the modern stuff. And we've got a bunch of paintings by Lloyd Miller, who I mentioned earlier. And like that. So let's go back outside real quick. We're going to go around this way so we don't track in as much snow.
Great.
And take another view of the lodge. Thank you guys for joining us today. I'm serious about those comments. Please talk to me. I love the community. I get really charged and amped up by not just the positive comments, but just the personal connection that people are willing to share, and their advice and their information, stuff that I often miss or make mistakes on. That's super cool to me, and I value that a lot. So please do that. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notified of new videos. And you guys hang in there. Hopefully vaccines are on the way this year for most people, certainly in the United States, hopefully in other countries as well. And come back next time. So until then, keep on stepping.